The Impact Assessment Agency of Canada released a draft environmental assessment report on the Lake Manitoba and Lake St. Martin Outlet Channels project this week. It lists several drastic effects the project could have on surrounding Indigenous communities. This includes altering the use of the land and resources for traditional purposes and the loss of physical and cultural heritage. Shirley Thompson, an associate professor at the University of Manitoba's Natural Resource Institute and the head of the Bino Binmadazwin Partnership, says the project was flawed from the start.
It didn't consider climate change, which is totally inappropriate in this era, and it had wrong hydrological flows, wrong sediment flows. So many problems in the actual hydrological modeling that was the basis of this project.
In 2011, members of Lake St. Martin First Nation were permanently displaced by a tragic flood. A total of 18 First Nations were evacuated. The $540 million Outlet Channels project was proposed to prevent future flooding by creating two 24-kilometer-long flood diversion channels. Over the years, First Nations have sounded the alarm on the project's harmful impacts. In February, a group of First Nations signed a document demanding the Outlet Channel project be halted immediately. On Wednesday, Lisa Naylor, Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, told APTN that the province is taking the report's findings into account and will continue consulting with Indigenous communities.
Folks have talked about disruptions to their traditional ways of life, to impacting fishing, hunting. They have concerns about various movement of various animals around the area, impact on trap lines. And so those are important things that we need to understand and work with those concerns carefully.
Thompson says a more environmentally friendly solution exists: wetland restoration.
There were always wetlands. They were drained for agriculture. Now we need those wetlands back, and it will benefit agriculture too because they won't be experiencing a drought, right? So they will have water on the land that they can irrigate their crops. So it will work for flooding. It will work for agriculture. There's ways to do this.
The Impact Assessment Agency invites Indigenous groups and the public to comment on the draft environmental assessment report from now until May 8th. Sierra Bettens, APTN National News, Winnipeg.